Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I was on the fence on whether or not I was going to make a video today. Today was a green day. I just didn't take anything, fantastic. Nothing really. Most of the day was spent avoiding the majority of the chop. Not a super green day, but better than a red day. Um, but I decided I wanted to go over one trade here I took on M2K. M2K is the Russell 2000 Micro Mini, which, if you like to look at it on charts, that's IWM. So when I trade futures, I don't trade it off of the futures setups, meaning I don't really read the EMAs most of the times. Sometimes I will see where they're lining up because sometimes they do respect the EMAs, but for the most part, I'm watching this screen here at the same time. So I got IWM down here, the Qs and SPY, and then some others. And so I'll be watching and making most of my trades based off of those versus not. So anyway, I want to talk about this trade right here. So I went short on it, looking for a reversal. On IWM, this is what I was looking at on the 5-minute chart. I entered on this candle here. We rejected the VWAP, popped up into it, started to pull back. I took my entry on the pullback start. This candle here moved very quick, shot up, and it stopped me out. And when it did that, I actually just went back to the other setups, M&Q and MES, watching them, when really I should have re-entered IWM. So what am I showing you? I'm showing you where I got stopped out. What I had it set up as was what I just labeled as number one. You can custom build a whole bunch of different setups. So what that means is if I buy, you see the red dotted lines come up. That's a take profit and a stop loss. If I sell, go short, green lines come up to cover that position. Once you place it, if you get filled, or even before you get filled, you can move these, you can cancel them out. So say you don't want your take profit to get hit, you just want to keep moving your stop loss as you need to. So what happened to me is I had sold here, my other line was about right here, and this candle moved up so fast, and of course when it hits these, it's a market order, not a limit order. It bumped me up to the next spot and filled me. I hadn't actually determined where I wanted my stop loss to be. When I went into this one, I should have just turned it off. So when you set it, you don't have your stop loss or your take profit come up. And then if you get filled at where you want to get filled at, you can set them later. Just set your stop loss at wherever you want it to be, and then you can move it down as the stock moves. So basically, know what you want to do with your stop before you enter that trade. I didn't have it quite figured out yet, but my problem was it went up so fast and it filled me, took me out. This was only one position. It was speculative coming off the VWAP. What I wanted to do was see some rejection, pulling back through right away, and then add a couple more to it, to the size. Didn't get it. I got hit, got frustrated with the Russell Mini, and like I said, just went back to trading the Qs and the SPY futures. But I was almost there. I was 2 candles too early. And then this was only an $11 loss. I'm not saying you should look at a loss as well, this is only this much, but I can tolerate much bigger losses than that. realistically, now that I see all this and afterwards, I would have had my stop somewhere in this area. So depending on where I'd set it, it's possible I would have gotten wicked out right here on this candle anyway. Because at this point we're well over the VWAP, and you don't want continuation to keep pushing up, and all of a sudden you're down 60, 70, 80 bucks and trying to decide if this is where you're going to stop out or what. Anyway, set your stop losses, get them in place, but have a general idea before you enter your trade where you want that to be. If you do use this stuff, the presets, you can change it. Like I'm going to change it right now. So it's going to be a stop loss only, and I'm going to move it up to 30 points so that in the future that space is bigger, and it should give me more time to react and set the stop loss. Because sometimes you see something forming and you just got to take that entry. And like here, if you have this set and you just click the buy market, sell market, it'll do a market fill and it'll automatically set where it's going to be. So anyway, that's what I got for you today, guys. Know where you want to set your points so stupid little things like this don't happen to you and you miss that big run you felt in your gut was coming, but you got stopped out on something small and stupid. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow.